Welcome back online, guys. TomoGotchi here, and I did think, you know what, let's just get into it. This is the Hall of Champions, a living monument to the founders of this great land. Admission for one, that'll be 5,000 gold. Please? Yeah, wonderful. Clearly a discerning patron of the arts. Enjoy your visit. I wanted to at least visit here, alright? Because... hey. This place is haunted. There are ghosts roaming around the halls and we're all trapped here. That includes you, haha. So are you going to do something about it? I think you get gold back if you do this, but ultimately, I just thought maybe it'd be a nice little rendezvous. Okay, so I actually do get... right, so you actually do... oh, okay. I actually do get a lot of money for this. So this is great. So if you don't know, and you probably don't because... well, to be fair, you probably already do anyway. Where's the last ghost? This is the Hall of Champions, and there's a special quirk to this. Oh, hang on. Because if you destroy all the ghosts in one area, you unlock it. And these guys are all of the Kickstarter backers from the... why is there a dragon here? Is that Canon Weissmon from Digimon? If any of you people are actually here, like, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. I know there's at least one that I will recognize. Oh, hello. Ah, yes, that's right. Oh, great, you blew the secret hiding spot. Now the ghosts will get us both. Hang on. There we go. We got it. At least we got that. Alright, that's great and all, but what about the little thing? Oh, do I have to light up this area? Is that what's going on? That's fine. It's still nice and spooky, and it's a nice little incentive to explore. Like, it's a nice little jaunt through a museum. The ghosts are not that threatening, so I'm not too upset. By the way, whilst I'm here, let me just can I do that? Yeah. There we go. More Kickstarter backers. Oh, hello. I can't believe I saved all my money for this. I learned during my travels that ghosts light. Do you know that? Of course I know that. I'm getting rid of them right now. At least I hope. Get rid of you. Yeah, definitely getting a lot of gold. So maybe I've salvaged my gold run by coming here. I don't know. Alright. Actually, is it here? Is he here? I feel like he is. There we go. This guy right here. This guy. It's Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps. Hooray! But whilst I take this little jaunt... what? Wait, is that a chicken? This one. Is that a chicken in a Christmas hat? Alright. Fair play to you. But anyway. Yeah, this is the only one that I actually recognize. I don't know if anybody else on YouTube has been like, oh, that's me! I paid money to the Kickstarter. Ah, the ghosts will never reach me in here. Some balls, my friend. Totally safe. Is it, though? Oh, yeah. Definitely getting a lot of gold here. Whilst I'm here on this little jaunt, there actually is a story that I've actually wanted to tell for quite some time. I actually have never talked about this on this channel, but I've talked about it ad nauseum everywhere else. And sorry, I was just looking at some of these people. Right, have I done everything? Oh wait, no. It'll have to wait. Boss time. It's like a Pokemon, almost. Alright. Alright, definitely need to focus my efforts. Oh no, no. Ooh. Ow. It's okay, I think I can beat her though. Oh, I got lucky. Nice. Oh, I'm actually beating her. It's great. Honestly thought she'd be a lot harder. Granted, she can be. If I let her. Oh, I got her twice there. Oh, I got her. Nice. Nice. First try. Not a problem. 60,000. Now, if I don't mess it up, I think I might actually be able to salvage my gold run. Hero, thank you so much for saving us from the ghost menace. How thoughtless of me not telling you the place was haunted. Then again, that's the risk you run, paying for something in advance before you know the details. Please allow me to reward you for your gallant bravery. It's okay, you've given me plenty, and I love it. Just need to get down here. Give all of my things back right here. Ah, so close to 30,000. I think I had that before, didn't I? You know what? It's only going to get harder. I'm going to have to invest. Do it! Cook me a meal. It's worth it. Oh yeah, there's another guy here, isn't there? But I don't want to do it because I don't want to... Right. Honestly, the boss in this I don't think is too tough. Let's do it. It's the Ancient Gear Castle! I'm not apologizing for that because, to be fair, Ancient Gear's made a comeback recently and I do like it. Clockwork mice! Yeah, nice. So... there's a story I've wanted to tell on this channel for quite a while. A long, and I'm talking a long time. Like, I even wondered if I even said to myself, it's like, I wonder what the game's going to be when I talk about this. What's going to be the Wind Waker episode 19 of this channel? But I did want to talk about it sometime or another. I know I said previously that I don't want to talk about depressing stuff, but there's a happy ending to this. So I think it's okay to talk about. Granted, it does involve a certain word that YouTube doesn't like, so I'm trying to be careful. So, how long have you been subscribed to this channel? And you've never really heard too much about... I mean, I do talk about my life and the experiences I've had and what goes on in my head and what I think about certain things. Like, there's absolutely... Oh wait, I do need to go down here. Like, there's absolutely... There's a lot of stories that I've told on this channel where I'm like, I want to just tell stories and talk about my life, and this is just a great outlet for that. But of all the stories I've told on this channel, this one is the most important. And and we're talking like childhood. Like, I've already talked at length about my experiences with Pokemon, like the things I grew up with, like Digimon World being my favorite game and so forth, and all the memories I have. But this is a really important story to tell because it is my life story, essentially. And it does talk heavily about how I've developed in my life. That is not a problem because it's not too far back. And this is not a long level, and it's also an easy level to get through, so I'm not upset about that. Which makes it the perfect level to talk about this. I have autism, and you probably already knew that about me, but if you didn't, well, there you go. And I grew up in the late 1980s, like just off the cusp of the 1980s era. I consider myself a 90s kid because there's a lot of media that I grew up with in the 90s. I've talked heavily about my love for Insectors and like I love Rugrats. I love just a lot of 1990s media because I grew up with it essentially. And Thomas the Tank Engine is definitely up there as one of the significant ones. Insectors I've already talked about at length and at nauseum, and I still won't get over how much I love that show. So haha. But Thomas the Tank Engine was definitely up there. To the point I was absolutely obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine growing up. And you couldn't blame me because the main character was called Thomas, so it's like, what was I gonna do? Not care about a show that had trains in it, that had my name in it? Come on. Right, we're here, aren't we? Yeah, we are here. We are here. Got it. Not a problem. Haha, no problem at all. Oh, you. Okay. I was... Oh, I'm trying to remember. I think, because I was born in 1987, and that's when Season 2 of Thomas came out, and for a lot of people, that's like the golden era of Thomas. So I grew up with the good seasons, and slowly began to creep up on Season 3. Season 3 didn't take that long. But no, I was obsessed with it. I had all the toys, I had the books, I had a lot of stuff actually. I don't think I can reach that. Oh wait, hang on, have I messed it? No, I haven't. I can go back, it's fine. Because you're meant to use the gear here, aren't you? So, being autistic, growing up in good old Merseyside, And honestly, like, autism is very well known these days, but back then, autism was like really underground. Like, nobody knew what it was like to have autism back then, or the ramifications. Like, there's definitely been a lot of research gone into it. But when I was growing up, there wasn't a whole lot. I always knew I was like the odd one out in a lot of groups, and especially growing up during that era. Like, I definitely started to notice that I didn't belong. And especially, especially growing up in primary school, the school before high school that I went to. I won't bring it up by name. Oh wait, I can't reach that. So, there you go. I can't get all the songs now. I need the relic. It's one or the other. Okay, not a problem. As long as I get the old gold and no relic run, I should be fine. And especially during that era, I don't know if it was quite in the cusp of the whole Chris Chan era where, you know, everyone was making fun of him for being autistic, and it was... Oh, I'm trying to remember now, but I definitely remember there was that time, there was that window when autism wasn't that well known and people were learning about Chris Chan. People, like, of course, we all joke about Chris Chan, even me. I've been tempted to make a parody myself, but at the same time, there's a lot of opinions that I have of him, good and bad. Of course, there's plenty more bad, there's Doi. But no, during that era, when you're autistic and you're growing up in that era when people were learning about Chris Chan, it was not like it would be a constant thing of being like, oh, it's just another Chris Chan, it's a British Chris Chan. I definitely had that. But even even before Chris Chan, I was always mistreated at school, always, even by the teachers, because at that point, it wasn't even that well known at that point. You couldn't, like, it's not like autism was this big thing that people associate with now. It's not like we have... Oh, okay, thank the prism. Okay. Alright, great. No, I have to get rid of this guy. Yeah. Maybe, hopefully there's some chicken down here. No, there isn't, but there's definitely Oddworld vibes going on in this room with these dropping cogs that are definitely going to hurt me. At least to get more money. Oh wait, hang on. Okay. Right, Oh, I thought I had him. No. Oh, I thought I had him too. Oh, no. I'm really concentrating here. But anyway, autism was not that well known when I was growing up in primary school, and high school was a little better because they had more training there. I'm actually really grateful that I went to such a great school, and to the point where I don't think they'll be too mad. I mean, it's not the same building as it once was, but I definitely look upon that with fond memories. I met most of my friends in high school that are also autistic, and they're friends for life for the most part. One did stab me in the back, but that's another story. But no, when you're growing up with autism, especially during that era, you definitely feel isolated because you don't know what's going on in your own head at the time. I certainly didn't. I did get help, but primary school was just an awful place for me. Like, I was getting bullied a whole lot. And bullying, oh, the bullying, it was relentless. Like, I talked about that hate mob before. That was nothing compared to this. And most of it... Oh, wait, am I at the boss already? Oh, hello, I'm at the boss already. That's nice. Alright. So here's Tinker Knight.
Did you make it? Did you make all that noise? I can't think straight. I have so much work to do.
To be fair, I'm the same way. I don't like working when there's too much noise. Just work on letting me pass, little friend.
Oh, big words, Tin Man. I'll show you a thing or two.
Right, and this is only phase 1. He's got a little bit of a quirk to him. You can even one-shot him with the gear, but I can't do that because I don't have it. Yeah, he's not too terrifying. This is actually meant to be easy. Oh no, he's throwing spanners into the works.
Have I thrown them into your plans?
Oh no, he's already taken life off. But yeah, I was getting bullied a lot, and even my teachers, looking back on it, a lot of the stuff that my teachers, like, hated me for, or not hate, but like, really found difficult was I was doing things. I know it's stimming now. I stimmed a lot during primary school, and it was like getting in trouble for things that I couldn't really help. Like, it wasn't like I was doing it on purpose either, but it was like stuff like that was going on with. By the way, this guy is actually easy if you just understand the rhythm. It was stuff like that. Like, stuff that you would know now. It's like, oh, he has autism. That's why this is happening. It makes sense. It all makes sense now. But at the time, I didn't know what was wrong with me. The teachers didn't know what was wrong with me. My bullies certainly didn't, but it's not like they cared. Like, autism is very central to my life. Of course it is, because I have it. And even to this day, people frown upon autism as just this like thing. It's like, oh, you're just an idiot. Like, it's still frowned upon to this day, but not as much. I certainly feel a lot of pride being autistic, especially nowadays, and especially with this particular story. By the way, I beat him, by the way. He's not hard. He's just... He's a little tricky, but he's not hard. It's completely fine. I don't think the next level is too taxing either. I think I only died once on that level. Right, let me collect my money. So, not knowing who I truly was at that time, there was a lot of identity... Not identity crisis, but it's like... I was trying to find myself at that point. I guess you could say I was a late bloomer in a lot of things, actually. But especially back then. But that school was not good for me. And I got bullied a lot. And at the time, and... You know, when it comes to bullying, they're dime a dozen these days, especially now. Do I? Yeah, you know what, let's go for it. I think I've saved my own skin, really. The ice level. Here we go. Oh. So... What I thought at the time was there was all this talk about growing up and how I needed to grow up. I got a lot of that growing up. Ironic, isn't it? where it's like, oh, you have to grow up, you have to be a man, you have to do like all these things and blah 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 blah, and like high school is a completely different ballpark. There's no playtime. Well, I mean, there is recess, but it's like not quite what you would think it was. But it's like, no, it's all work. You have to learn how to do this and stuff like that. And I thought at the time what they meant by that, and especially since the bullies made it painfully clear that sorry, I'm just concentrating because I don't want to fall over. The bullies made it very apparent that I like Thomas the Tank Engine, and they made fun of me for it. They were even calling me Thomas the Tank Engine, and then that created, and like, I liked Thomas the Tank Engine, and yet I didn't like being called Thomas the Tank Engine. I did not like being called Thomas for a long time because of that. And even my teachers would address me that, you know, when they use your full name. I certainly felt that. Oh, hang on. I want to get them. I almost landed on a spike. I'm an idiot, but it's fine. I did it. I did it. I did it. This is a cool level, by the way. So I thought, okay, if I'm getting bullied for liking Thomas the Tank Engine, I could just grow up and stop and be like, you know what? If these bullies are bullying me because I like Thomas the Tank Engine, what if I just what if I just wasn't a fan anymore? I was obsessed, and I had all the toys, I had the train sets. Hang on, I want to get some of these gems before they despawn. But I was like, I'm going to stop being a fan of Thomas the Tank Engine because that's what grown-ups do, and I had to get rid of all these toys. I didn't really want to, not really, but it was like, hey, if I've got to grow up, it's something that has to happen at one point, right? Oh yeah, that's right, these. Oh. Yeah. It's nice how this game doesn't trap you. Alright, great, done. So I got rid of all of my Thomas merchandise, all of my Ertles, all of my Tomy, all of my Tamika World stuff. Tamika World was it's Trackmaster now. It's probably called something else entirely, and I just haven't caught up. But yeah, definitely had a lot of Thomas merch. Sold it all. Made a lot of money. I am so glad, by the way, that I didn't have the same mentality with Insectors. Because that show, oh, you heard me talk about it before. Hoo-hoo. But no, I got rid of all my Thomas stuff, and I'm like, okay, got rid of it all. I'm grown up now. This'll make the bullies stop, right? No, it did not. In fact, if anything, it just made things a lot worse. And not only did that make me really depressed, because I was unhappy with myself. It's like, okay, like, I have to grow, like, I've grown up, or at least I thought I grew up at the time. Like, I was like early teens at the time. And I was like, okay, I have to grow up, and Pokemon's pretty popular right now. Maybe people will like me if I like Pokemon. And to be fair, I like Pokemon regardless. Oh wait, have I messed it up for myself? No. Good. Okay, great. Alright, great. I almost messed it up. Also, maybe there's some chicken in here that I've not found yet. Oh, no, no, no. Right, that gem's not worth it. No. Oh, wait, hang on, I just realised. So, that, actually, because of that, it's like, okay, I'm still getting bullied. And it's like, well, what gives? And I like Thomas now. Do I have... No, not Thomas. I like Pokemon now, and people like Pokemon, don't they? Like, what do I have to do to fit in? And I'm actually tearing up. Oh my god, I'm actually tearing up. Because at the time I'm like, but what do I do? Like, why do I still feel like I don't belong? And it wasn't until... Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I was running out of health anyway, and I didn't really... Okay. I'm not... it's okay, I'm still going to tell my story anyway. So not only was I being bullied, and like I wasn't fitting in, but I also got rid of my Thomas stuff. In place of Pokemon stuff, and I do have a lot of nostalgia when it comes to Pokemon, like absolutely, but... So I spiraled into depression as a result, and I wasn't fitting in. High school was a little better because that's when I learned that I had autism, but primary school messed me up a lot, like in terms of the bullying aspect of it, and not knowing much about the world and what being autistic meant and stuff like that. Like, I was really very unhappy with my life at that point. Like, that was a very dark era. It's like, I can't even, like, what hobbies am I supposed to have at that point? If people don't like Pokemon, if they don't like Thomas the Tank Engine, and like, what am I supposed to like? Just these boring shows that my mum and dad was watching. Nothing against what they watch, of course. Like they like what they like. I'm just not big on Coronation Street or EastEnders or that kind of thing. And I always thought those kinds of shows were depressing anyway. Like, not really all that great. But I don't think they're bad shows. It's just how it was at the time. It's like. And then all this realization is like, oh, you gotta get a job, you gotta do this, you gotta be ahead of the game and stuff. Like, but it's like, being autistic, it's hard. I never paid attention at school, and I was dealing with a lot of stuff in my life, and I struggled with high school, but the plus side was I did make some friends there, which was a highlight. The teachers were at the very least understanding of my disability. At worst, but for the most part, they were at the very least. At the very least, they understood that I was autistic. That was a plus. And I had some damn good teachers that at least had a genuine interest in trying to help me. Right, I'm here now, and look, 445. I'm very, very close. Okay, it's fine. Just get this. Oh, wait, hang on. Just didn't notice the ice was there. Okay. Can you come here, please? Okay. And I did struggle with high school, but not as much. I really tried my absolute hardest to get through my exams, and I even went to college. But the truth is, I was miserable. Like, I was absolutely miserable. And it got to the point, I'm not even joking when I say this, it got to the point where I started to question it, what was it all for? Like, all this talk about, oh, we're trying to help you have a future and stuff like that. what kind of future is this where I'm just completely miserable all my life? And I started to really question, like, really deep stuff, even for that age. I mean, you go through this, I'm sure it's a thing where you go through it as a teenager, and especially, like, you don't know what's up with the world and stuff like that. But I'm not kidding, I was absolutely miserable, to the point where I had depression, and it got to a point where, and I should really be careful what I say here, because YouTube doesn't like that particular word. How do I say this without being direct, but also telling people exactly what it was like at that stage? I was so depressed. You know what? I think it's relevant to Shovel Knight, isn't it? By the way. You full off. Okay. What's going on? No! What was I supposed to do there? I was so close to. It's okay, because I'm still going to talk about this story. Actually, better yet, I'll close this off. I know I don't like telling depressing stories, and I don't want to leave this up on too much of a cliffhanger, but hey, let me just say, my depression got to a point where I wanted my HP to hit 0. Let's just call it that. It was that pronounced. It was that kind of depression. And I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, well, what does he mean by that? No. I very much wanted to critical hit myself, shall we say. I wanted to I'm taking risks here, but essentially it was that pronounced, and I actually considered closing the book on my story. Again, these metaphors, I hope you get the message clear, but it really did get to that stage, but I'll talk more about that next time. So, hate to leave you on a cliffhanger, I promise this has an happy ending. I mean, spoiler alert, didn't go through it, clearly, because I wouldn't be here right now. But this is TomoGotchi signing off. Click, click.
That's not a happy ending, exclaimed Percy. Ah, murmured Thomas sleepily. There will be, but that'll have to wait until next time.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and hit the bell.